What's up, everybody? We are here at New Hampshire for the Hammer Down Racing League as these guys out here taking qualifying. As Greg Wood is out there in the 67 putting down his lap. Let's see what kind of lap he puts down. Is currently Spencer Teal is at the top of the board. Greg coming out of turn number 4. Let's see if this is his money lap or if this is his come to lap. He's going to jump up to 8th quickest in that number 67. Puddin', thank you for the like. Appreciate it, as always. Kyle Harbin just gets in with no practice. Let's see what kind of lap time Harbin can put down in that number 34. I didn't have this track. I just purchased this track before the race. So it'll be interesting to see. I have no clue how the camera angles are going to work here, but we're going to find out pretty quick. They don't look too bad. Yesterday's were a little rough. Harbin goes out there. He's 14th quickest right now. Definitely just trying to get a feel for the track. Slidejob Scott out here putting down a lap in his number 22 machine. See what kind of lap he can put down. James out on the track right now also. Currently, unless Scott puts down a big lap, it looks like Spencer Teal is going to end up with the pole here tonight. As Scott jumps up one spot to 14th, pushing Kyle Harbin down. James out there in that number 65. Let's see what kind of lap he can put down as he is running way high through 3 and 4. Michael, thank you for the like. Appreciate it, brother. Oh, he clobbered the wall, I think. So that lap probably isn't going to count. That doesn't give him a lap time as he hits the wall going into turn number 1. So it looks like everybody that's going to put a lap time down has, and it looks like Spencer Teal is going to be our pole sitter here tonight as we're going to do 120 laps here at New Hampshire in the next gen cars. What's everybody up to here tonight as we wait for qualifying to take down? We got about 15 seconds left in qualifying, and we're gonna go to the main race here. Get ready. Click, click, click. 5 seconds. It is so hard sometimes going from broadcasting dirt to asphalt, but I'll tell you what, I will say, asphalt is a nice little break after all the yelling and screaming we got to do over on the dirt side. But we got Spencer Teal on the pole. Charles Evans in 2nd. Mark Parker's going to start in that 3rd spot. Dean in 4th. Greg Wood in 5th. Christopher Pendle in that 6th spot. David in 7th. Lance in 8th. Nathan Estep in that 9th spot. Michael's got qualified in 10th. Puddin' in 11th. Johnny No Pants in 12th. The rest of the field is going to be Slidejob Scott in that 13th position, Tyler Woodard in 14th, Kyle Harbin in 15th, and James Ott in that 16th position, guys. Going to do 120 laps here tonight as they get ready to go racing. Let's go ahead and pull the ticker up across the top. Let's just get rid of all that other garbage. Put the ticker up across the top. As we can see, Scott, thank you for the like. Of course, Deep Racing, thank you for the like. Yesterday's Xfinity, yesterday's was definitely a little rough. What's up, Uncle Kenny? Southern Grown at Gateway, everybody struggled. Yeah, we get a little bit of asphalt. It's good to mix it up, though. And some of these leagues do some really good jobs. I really do enjoy broadcasting the dirt, though. Sorry, not sorry. Are you biased in that opinion, Scott? I think Scott might be a little biased. I think we should put some dirt modifieds out here, Scott. What do you think? Want to run big blocks at New Hampshire? Thank you for the like, Uncle Kenny. Appreciate it. Let's do it. I'll tell you what, me and Robbie Swan, I love the dirt too. Me and Robbie Swan, we ran 358s at Southern National. It was absolute riot. Green flag is out as Spencer down on the bottom. Charles up high as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. But I do agree with you, Jeff. The great thing about this league, though, these guys have always supported me from the start. Oh, got contact for the second spot as the 23 of Mark Parker's up into Dean. They keep it going straight. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Charles is going to take the lead. Looks like Kyle Harvin and James have issues at the back of the pack. Yellow flag is out. Oh, Harvin's going to get loose, isn't he? Oh, he gets loose. Oh, gets into Scott. Oh, we got a couple accidents that happened. There was one that happened up in front of him. Let's go take a look and see what happened there. We're going to try and figure out who that is. Is that Johnny G? Oh, up in front of them. The 12 or... All right, let's go back a little bit. Let's see what happens here. Oh. 12 up across the nose of the 19 of Michael as he gets turned around. So a couple different incidences right there. Nebraska, what's up? That's why you like dirt. Nebraska. They got lots of dirt. They actually have a lot of good areas for racetracks, honestly. Lots of open area. I remember driving through Nebraska back in the early 2000s, and it was so... I got pulled over in Nebraska. Thank God the cop didn't get me for the 110 I was going. But it's so long and flat that it's kind of hard to realize how fast you're going, especially when you're running 3,200 miles from one side of the country to the other. We got a lot of good tracks. I live in the central New York area. We got a lot of great tracks here. I mean, obviously, Super Dirt Cars is located about 20 minutes from where I live, so we are in the heart of it. I have a bunch of tracks right around me. All right, we're going to go green flag next time by. So one of the biggest things I like about the asphalt, though, I mean, like you guys just seen, if anybody just watched that late model race, it's harder for me to interact. Sometimes when we get to run these asphalt tracks, there's a little bit more downtime. I have a lot more time to talk to you guys, which is good because you get a lot of good conversations. Earlier we had Carlos asking about setups for iRacing, and the racing was so crazy at Lima Land, I had trouble even talking to him about it. So, I mean, that's a good point, good conversation time. Also, I'm thinking about streaming some more of my own racing because I run a lot of dirt. So whatever you guys think about that. Wow, Charles with a big jump on the outside. Spencer Teal in second as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Got a battle for the second position. Spencer Teal down low. Mark Parker's up high. He's going to fall in line. I will say one thing I really like about this track is the graphics look really good. This is probably one of the better looking tracks right now for a broadcast. They just redid Watkins Glen, so that one's probably pretty good too. But this track looks really good. As we go back here, we got Greg Wood and Nathan Estep side by side for the 6th position. Estep looking up high as Parker's up underneath Spencer Teal. Spencer Teal slides high. So we got two battles here. We got battle for 2nd and the battle for 6th. Who's going to come out ahead as we watch this drag race down the back straightaway? Parker sends it into 3 and 4. He got a little loose going in as Greg drifts up in 3 and 4, almost up into E-step. Yeah, I actually just said that in Discord. Holly, thank you for the like. Todd, thank you for the like. So E-Step ends up getting around Greg Wood as we have a battle up here with Dean. As the three of Lance is looking up underneath Dean and Spencer. He's trying to get a twofer as he's side by side with Spencer Teal. They come out of turn 4. Gonna drag race down the back straightaway. Here comes Johnny No Pants up underneath Greg Wood. Got battles all over the track here currently as this front group is starting to get back together. They split up a little bit after the start, and now they're starting to kind of congest back to Lance into the wall. Gets Spencer. Gets the 56 of Dean as Lance completely demolishes the wall. Yellow flag is out. Wow. Let's watch from the blink. Lance just smokes the wall. Spencer and Dean nowhere to go. Get caught up in that one. Let's take a look from Dean's car. We're going to go here. We're going to get into the cockpit of Dean. I got a feeling Dean didn't see anything. Or couldn't do anything anyway. So he's down here. Lance smokes the wall and just nowhere for Dean to go. The caution flag number 2 comes early as these guys are going to have to take a fast repair. I do believe that they have one fast repair. It looks like everything is right. As a whole lot of people come down pit road. Charles stays out. Parker stays out. Tyler stays out. David stays out. Puddin stays out. And Kyle Harbin all stay out. Slidejob Scott, he's going to go ahead and take his wave around in that number 22. I won't forget, Al. I actually just said, I said that. I was in the Discord in the race control room. And I said, I got to remember, before you got in there, I said, I got to remember to pick a winner for the best, for the move of the race, moment of the race. I'll tell you what, if you had an impactful moment, Lance definitely won it because, man, he just had a ton of impact with the wall. All right, we are pacing here. Hold on 1 second. Gonna check out my food. You know, the great thing about being an adult, Al, thank you for the share, is being able to pick what you want to eat, even if it's just a steak by yourself. Now, Puddin's up to the 5th spot. Should be getting one to go this time by. Al, why aren't you racing? Anthony, thank you for the share. Appreciate it. By the way, guys, we have our Patreon down in the description. Also, our Venmo and Cash App. We don't charge these leagues. If you want to support us, so you like what we're doing, go ahead and click on those links below and support us that way. Is the best way. Also, anybody who's a monthly supporter on our Patreon here moving forward, we're probably going to do anybody with the $15 support plan or higher. That's going to get a shout out at the end of every broadcast. All right. Should be going green flag this time by. Right. Green flag is out as Charles gets a nice little jump with Parker's. As David up into the wall in the 12 on the start. He's trying to get that thing back under control as he almost comes down into Kyle Harbin. But David struggling with the handling of this number 12 here tonight. Excuse me, currently running fifth or fourth. Here comes Harbin looking up underneath him. Can't find anything yet as they head down the front straightaway. Somehow David kept that position after making contact. So technically this is a short track, but the aerodynamics will play a role as Kyle Harbin side by side with David. He does. He definitely plays the strategy. Lance shoots down almost to the grass. I don't know if there was contact there, but here comes Greg Wood up underneath David. Greg Wood up to the fifth position in that number 67. He says, let's get this race over with. He's going to try and get it over quicker by making some moves up through the pack. Greg Wood now up underneath Kyle Harbin for that fourth position. As David bounces off the wall again in that number 12. E-Step's going to work back underneath the 12 once again. Excuse me, guys. I did forget, Carl Staton is filling in for Kyle Harbin. It's Carl in that number 34 here tonight. As Greg makes his way up to the fourth position. Charles continues to lead the field in that number 53. Mark Parker's right behind him. I'll tell you what, that has been an up-and-comer right there. Mark Parker's in the 23. We've seen consistently here and getting better every race. He's going to be a contender. We're going to start seeing him in victory lane more and more here soon. That kid has definitely learned a whole lot here lately. Here comes Parker's looking up underneath. Can't find anything yet as Charles continues to lead the field. Tyler having a good run, sitting in the third spot as Greg Wood tries to close in on him in that number 67. As most of the field is single file at this point. Puddin back to the 11th spot, but definitely playing strategy as Dean is trying to make his way up through the field after having the whole front end knocked off that number 56. He is waiting for that fast repair. The last thing he wanted to do is use it up now and need it later as he tries to work his way around James in that number 65 out of turn 4 side by side. James is a lap card. These guys are definitely, some of these guys are definitely struggling out here today as James gets stuck up on the wall. He pulls it off the wall after everybody passes and gets back down. Trying to stay out of the way. Sometimes the craziest thing is we got a battle up here with Lance, Michael, and Johnny No Pants for the 8th spot. Here comes Michael trying to gain on that number 41, and Lance gets up on high on, oh, sends it in. Slide job into turn 1 and 2. How did he save that one, guys? Let's go take a look at that one again. Watch how sideways Lance gets. He throws it in there. Gets a little piece of the wall, but man, overall, he saved that number 3 and drives it out of the turn. Looks like Nathan, oh no, that's Lance making moves up on Johnny or on Michael. He's going to get around, but we're starting to get a battle here as these guys are starting to close back in on each other as Greg Wood gets around Tyler Woodard. Mark staying with Charles as Tyler tries to fight back on Greg for that third position. He's just warming the right rear. Yeah, it was a little tight, so he had to make that adjustment, heat up that right rear, right? Got giant ass spoiler over there on Twitch, aka Max. Nathan in that fifth position as we got a battle from Carl Staton in that number 34 driving for Kyle Harbin. David, Lance, and Johnny No Pants up in this battle as Michael's right behind him in 10th. So nice little battle going on here. Let's see how this one ends, as it looks like Lance is trying to get up underneath David. He can't make the move, and they're oh, David off the wall again. David's going to try and cut up underneath Carl down in the turn. He's got to keep it off him. Pushes up the track. Here comes Lance on the high side. David down low. David keeps it low. Here comes Lance trying to work the high side. Is he going to throw it in sideways into 1 and 2 again? They send it into turn 1 and 2. Lance almost into the back of Carl. Carl said his first time on this track. Oh, Lance gets in the back of Carl. Was for qualifying here today. He had never done a lap here except until he qualified. Carl decides to let these guys around, as it's definitely a scary spot to be in right here. As David takes the 6th spot. Here comes Lance up underneath him. Lance sends it in there. Up into David. Carl gets in the back of him. Lance still saves it once again. I'll tell you what. He's making some mistakes, but he is wheeling that thing here tonight. Charles out front. Mark Parker's in second. I'm telling you, Mark is going to be something one day. But Greg Wood starting to reel these guys in the 3rd spot. He is 4 seconds back. But he's running 1 to 2 tenths a second quicker than our leaders. Things have calmed down a little bit through here. Lance having to reel that thing back in. He's not going to have any right rear by the end of this one. He's got to get back around Dean as he's closing in. He's probably going to have the most passed cars today. As he gets up next to Dean, they make contact. Somehow they both keep it straight, and Lance is going to go ahead and drive around out of the corner. No, Dean's going to fight back on the outside. Side by side down the back straightaway. They're going to send it into turn 3 and 4. Lance is going to be able to clear him as he slides up in front of him as they come out of turn 4. Lance holding his own with that damage number 56, saving that fast repair as Lance sets his Dean doing well. As Lance sets his sight on Johnny No Pants next. Johnny has Carl Staton in his sights as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Big gains through the middle. This track drives very similar to what we watched yesterday, Max. As they come down the back straightaway. Back up to the front, still single file for our leaders. Greg Wood trying to pull away. He's not gaining on our leaders anymore. He's lost about 0.3 of a second. Our leaders have not been on pit road for tires. I think Greg Wood has. So that's telling you how much these leaders are saving. Tyler Woodard keeping pretty competitive in that 4th position right now. Staying out of everybody's way as Nathan Estep sitting 5th. Actually one of the quicker cars on the track, I believe. Oh, no, he's running about where he is. Move back to David as David has Michael trying to... Oh, we got contact. Contact back there. Let's go take a look at what happened as John and Lance get together. Lance looking underneath. We're going to take another look. All right, so yeah, John makes the move. Carl makes a slight move down. John keeps going, doesn't know Lance is down there. Lance holds his line pretty good. Everybody comes out of there straight and okay, just a little frustrated. To go back up to the front of the pack, as these guys are starting to limp these cars around, as these tires are starting to wear out. Are we going to see some more sliding as they head down the back straightaway? As David almost pounds the wall once again in that number 12. He has hit the wall so many times. Lance back up to the 9th position. All these cars, so many beat up cars right now as they are quite spread out. Back up to the front. Charles starting to pull away from Parker's. Parker's still having a great run here tonight. Greg Wood in the 3rd spot trying to pull away from Tyler. Everybody running about the lap times where they belong. Slowest person on the track right now. Well, not the slowest, but one of the slowest ones is going to be Carl Staton in that number. Oh, we got a battle up here between David and Michael. We're going to go watch that battle. Here comes Michael up underneath David as they come out of turn 4. We're going to drag race down the back front straightaway. David's going to let Michael around. Michael's going to take that 2nd spot. Carl Staton and Kyle Harbin's car sitting in that 8th position. He is running a little bit slower pace than some of the other drivers. He picked it back up a little bit. He's matching David, but he's got to find some speed in that number 34. As Lance is closing in the number 3, as he's about 2-3 tenths faster a lap. That time by, though, he's only a tenth faster. As Carl blows the turn there, that's going to let Lance come in a lot quicker. Down the back straightaway, still single file. Oh! Couple bounce off the wall down the back straightaway as I eat my steak. Oh, Lance is gaining on Carl. Is he going to get that position? This time by, I think they're going to be pretty close on lap times. Nope. Carl loses about 2 tenths on Lance. Lance is going to close big time through 1 and 2. So we watch this battle right here. Look behind as Johnny No Pants has found the back of Dean. He's going to be trying to work around with Spencer Teal, our pole sitter, right behind him. The battles are getting a little closer once again around the track as people are falling and people are finding speed. Here comes the battle here between Carl and Lance as they head down the back straightaway. Carl's going to just let him around as Lance takes that spot. Let's move up as it looks like things are starting to get a little tighter up at the front, at least around 5th place, as Michael has reeled in Nathan Estep. So Estep not looking forward today, has held his own and that number 55 machine, but here comes Michael. Oh, Lance clobbers the wall out of turn number 2. How many more times can that car take that abuse? As here comes Michael up underneath Estep. Down the front straightaway, Michael's got to fall back in line. He's going to send it into turn 1 and 2. He's going to push up, has to lock up the brakes to keep it out of Estep as they're side by side out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway, it's a drag race from here. Lance was scared of the wall that time. Side by side for the 5th position. Michael trying to get it. Estep fighting hard on the outside. Down the front straightaway. Estep has to be happy about how his run's going here tonight, because he was saying even with as few cars here, he was gonna struggle to be a top 10. Currently running 5th and showing that he deserves to be running 5th or 6th. So he's definitely got a better car than he thought early on. Down into turn number 3 and 4, still side by side. Michael's gonna push up the track slightly. E-Step's gonna adjust, and they're still gonna continue side by side. Thank you for the like, Aaron. I appreciate it. Down the front straightaway, we got a drag race down into turn number 1 and 2. Can they stay off each other? Michael sends it in. He tries to park it on the nose of E-Step, but E-Step gets back next to him. E-Step's going to end up having to fall back in line as he gives up that 5th position to Michael. But Michael had to use a lot of tire there as Johnny G gets off the wall back behind him. What a battle for 5th. They actually pulled away, from the 7th position as they were battling. We got pit stop starting as Michael dives down pit road in that number 19. So that has to make you wonder, these leaders, they haven't pitted yet. When are they going to pit? As Charles and Mark come out of turn 4 across the start finish line. Greg Wood right behind him in that, well, not right behind him, but about 5 seconds behind Mark in that number 67. Tyler Woodard in 4th. Nathan Eastep in 5th. Lance currently in that 6th position as we got a battle back here from 7th on back. Dean all over the back bumper of that 34. He's not letting that damage slow him down as they head down towards turn number 1 and 2. How do you get into this? A computer, wheel and pedals, because they do make the wheel and pedals for it. Force feedback is highly recommended. And some monitor. Oh my God, David sending it in there in the 12 as he dives up underneath. He gets a 3-for-1 there as they go through turns 3 and 4. Tony, thank you for the like. It's just about, just like real racing, it's about what you're willing to invest though. You know, I figure it'd be about 1,600, $1,300 to $1,600 to get a good base setup. That means like a G923 wheel and pedal set, which I would switch out for the Fanatec pedals as soon as possible, which are $400. But then you need a good, decent computer. I wouldn't do anything less than a 1660 graphics card and a 7 series, whether it's the AMD or Intel processor, because you're going to grow out of anything else really quick. But there's so many different variations you can get. I got to imagine the minimum to get something that you could even grow off of would be around $1,300 for the investment. Got Carl down on pit road. Charles on pit road, our leader, as Greg Wood's going to inherit the lead. The biggest thing with the computer is the newer computer. The computer is the one place I would not cut corners on, because it's going to be the biggest part of it, and right now it's the hardest to upgrade. So you want to get a good computer now, so you don't have to worry about upgrading that later. The wheel and stuff, you can get all that better stuff later. They do. They tend to save them, though, just in case they need them late. So they do have one fast repair in this series. Yeah, see, you got that Fanatec setup, and Greg has the Fanatec setup, too, for his wheel and pedals. That's why I ended up with my pedals. You could definitely do it for 2K. I paid... Oh, we got a car off the pace there. Parker's. What happened to Parker's? Parker's loses it off of turn 2. As that brings out the caution flag. What a long green flag run. He gets it straightened out. 2K definitely works. That's around what I paid for my PC, but I have a 3070 graphics card. My thing's it's a pretty beast. I could run 120 frames in VR. Now, my old computer, I'll tell you what, the main reason I upgraded is because I'm broadcasting all the time. A lot of streaming. But if you're not going to stream, my 1660 with the i7, he dropped his hot pocket. Yeah. But Jay, my 1660, you could probably get one of those for probably around $1,000, give or take a couple $100, with an AMD 7. And you can go and get the, I mean, that's around $1,000, give or take. You can get the G923 pedals and wheel. The pedals suck, but you'll upgrade those later. That's around $400. And then if you want, you can use TV screens for your monitor. You don't have to get an expensive monitor. Dual stream race on one. Oh, yeah, so there was some things that I was going to do with the other computer. I just haven't gotten there. So my other computer, which I still do have, I have my son's account on it, which he doesn't really use yet because technically he's not old enough for iRacing. But I've been buying content on there. And what I want to do is be able to add different camera angles and be able to go and look at stuff through the field while keeping a camera on it. And then, like, if I stream myself, I could do a far chase while streaming my in-car, just to try and make it a little bit different, because nobody wants to. Yeah, that'll work. Nobody. I use triples, and I use triple TV screens. Now I'm using the VR all the time, but I used triple TV screens for a while. I just went and got the 1080p, less than $200 screens, and hooked them up to my 1660, and they work great. Let's go, Kyle. It's actually, Carl is racing for Kyle today, Matt. Yeah, for sure. But I'll be honest with you, I know doing the dual and making one more powerful, this one that I'm running right now, this PC, it doesn't even sweat. I can't even fully use the GPU. That is the one thing that people forget about iRacing. iRacing itself isn't capable of full 4K. So, even though you got the powerful GPU, it doesn't push 4K anyway. I think it's 2K is where it peaks. Somebody can correct me on that. Do it, Brad. I'm always open to listen. You guys know that. All right, we're gonna go back green flag racing here. As we got Charles and Tyler on the front of the pack. So Dean, Chris, and James, and it looks like Pudding, are going to be our cars that are lapsed out. As the green flag comes out, down the front straightaway, as Pudding comes out, he is definitely a lap down now. As the field passes him. I don't know how you get a ribeye with freaking gristle in it. Down the back straightaway. Into turn number one. Charles with the lead. I'll tell you what. Charles is one of the fastest guys in the series, but he catches the worst luck. But he's going to be leading the pack as Tyler Woodard in second. No look now. Here comes Greg Wood and Nathan Eastep in third and fourth. Mark Parker's after his little mishap, bringing out the caution, currently fifth. Johnny No Pants might not have found his pants, but he found the steering wheel as he's made his way up to sixth. Slidejob Scott in the seventh position. Spencer Teal in eighth. Michael in ninth. David way back here in that 10th position. Lance right behind him in 11. Carl filling in for Kyle in the 12th spot, Dean in 13th. But we're going to go back and watch this battle because we don't know what's going to happen here as they send it down towards turn number 1 and 2. Lance sends it in. Almost up into Dave as they both push up the track out of turn number 2. David just keeps it off the wall as they head down the back straightaway. Charles out front. Dominating today. Tyler in second. Greg Wood in third. Nathan Eastep. Here he comes on. Greg Wood in that 4th position. We're going to have a battle for 3rd here in a minute as Nathan Eastep seems to have found something. Stephanie, thank you for the like. Appreciate it. Has found something in that number 55. He is closing in on Greg Wood. And again, don't count out that number 23 of Mark Parker's. That kid might have made a mistake, but he is full of talent in that 23. He can potentially win this one here tonight. Bouncing off the wall at the back of the pack as a head down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Eastep in that 55, working the back end of that number 67 of Greg Wood. They're going to drag race down the front straightaway. You're welcome, David. Always good to have you out here. It's been a minute since you said something, but I know you always watch. Out of turn number 2, Greg Wood, followed by Nathan Eastep, 3rd and 4th, as Eastep tries to find a way around that number 67. Oh, yeah. No caution flag out as they have issues at the back of the pack. It looks... Oh, that is a caution flag. As Carl and David have issues. What happens here? Oh, David pushes up and Carl just nowhere to go. Pushes in too hard, runs into the 12. And the 12 gets the inside wall. Unfortunate for those two as we are under caution again. Cautions breed cautions, right? They're going to have issues because they got a caution. Now they're going to get multiple cautions. Is that what you're saying, Max? Dean getting his lap back in that busted up number 56. I'm pretty sure Dean hasn't used his fast repair. He's still pretty quick in that thing, and that's probably why he hasn't used it yet. They did this earlier, though. They got a couple back-to-back cautions, and then they went green flag for like a ton of laps. But, Jay, a question. Do you have Discord? Discord. I take that as a no if you don't know what it is. It's just where a lot of game related stuff over there. It's kind of like you set up a server for your group. Like I have a Discord server, and everybody, a lot of people that race with us and stuff, they're always on the server, and we all hang out. But I was gonna tell you if you got it, you're good. Look. I had to learn a lot. I never gamed in my life until I got iRacing. So all of it's new to me too, so don't feel bad. Yeah, sim related stuff too, yeah. But I was gonna tell you, when you go to get your stuff, if you go to get some stuff for your computer, message me on the page, and just like I told Carlos earlier, I'm more than happy to help you guys figure out what might work best. I can at least give you some options to look for. Because the worst thing is, a lot of people get into sim racing for the first time, and they get stuff that isn't really good enough, and upgrading is difficult. But so just let me know, shoot me a message on the page when you're ready, and I'll give you some stuff that you look for when you're shopping. And if I know of any place having a sale, I'll send you in that direction too, because it's always good to save money. All right, Charles is going to lead these guys to the green flag one more time with Tyler on the bottom. But anyway, Discord's something worth learning about. I love Discord. I hardly use Facebook for communication anymore. Green flag is out as Charles gets a nice little jump. Tyler trying to dig down on the bottom side. He's going to just fall in line as it gets in the back of Charles. That pushes Charles up the track as Tyler gives him the nose and moves him out the way. He's going to stay low. Tyler, I think, feels bad. He is dropping back, given the position, as Parker's back up to the second position. Greg Wood's got to fall back to third as he steps all over the back bumper of Greg Wood. I think Max might have been right when he said that they might have trouble here. These guys are ready to go as we are past the halfway point. Here comes Greg Wood up underneath Parker's. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Can he clear Parker's? He does. Parker's is going to let him have it as Greg Wood takes the second spot. Can Greg set sail on Charles Evans as Evans has led this whole race pretty much? Nobody's had anything for him. Greg Wood now starting to pull away from Parker's as Parker's has Nathan Eastep all up in his mirror as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Single file for the front four. Eastep closes a bunch through the middle of the turn as they come out of turn 2. Parker's is going to maintain that spot. They're getting dicey further back, bouncing off the wall as these guys try to get these cars figured out. It is so tight coming out the wall. Max, you can tell me better. Is that a common thing with these guys bouncing off the wall? Especially on the back straightaway? It's where we've seen the most issues. Kind of reminds me of Richmond, where if you come out of turn 2, you either get really loose or really tight depending on where you enter. And I think that's what we're seeing a lot of, is the 77 of Woodward somehow hangs on to it. Here comes Johnny No Pants up on the high side around Tyler. Yeah. So it's probably a lot like coming out of turn 2 at Richmond then. Because Richmond's like that. It has the same look as that feels, if that makes sense. Charles continues to lead the field as they are trying to battle it out behind him. Greg Wood in second, trying to close the gap. Mark Parker's holding it off Eastep. Michael in that 5th position. He's got Johnny No Pants trying to close in that number 41. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see why they're having issues then. I just bought the track before the race. Honestly. Side by side with the 41 of Johnny No Pants up high. Tyler looking low. They're going to go back single file. Pudding is a lap down, but don't count him out as they may get a yellow flag. He'll get the wave around. And Martinsville doesn't have any baking either. Charles Evans continues to pace the field. He is about 2/10 and a half quicker than Greg Wood. Parker's just a little bit slower than Greg. Eastep, he's just pacing Mark as everybody's trying to just kind of figure out and ride to the end at this point. looks like we might get another green flag run here, as everybody seems to kind of have settled down. Michael in that 5th position. Johnny No Pants in 6th. Tyler Woodard in the 77. He's going to send it in up underneath John. Man, he's going to get close to that bumper. He's got to let out as he almost ran over him in turn number 2. Here comes Tyler looking up underneath Johnny No Pants as they head down into turn number 3. For those of you wondering why he's Johnny No Pants, it's because John Garrett told me he races with no pants. Lance in the number 3, trying to close in on these guys. He has beat the heck out of the right side in that number 3. But I'll tell you what, he's had some great saves. Dean in the 56. Slidejob Scott currently in the 10th position in that number 22. Carl Staton filling in for Kyle Harbin, sitting in 11th. Why is Kyle's name all capitals? Spencer Teal, our pole sitter, back here in 12th. David racing it out with Puddin', putting a lap down in the 13th position, Puddin' in 14th. Let's go back up to the field as E-Step trying to work that number 23. Parker's off the wall. A little bit of damage on the right-hand side, but they're going to send it down into 3 and 4. Damage does not. Johnny No Socks. That too, probably. Here comes E-Step trying to work up underneath the 23 as they head down the back straightaway. E-Step might have scraped the wall a little bit down the front. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Parker's running a good race in the 23. Greg Wood, though, pulling away from him, but losing ground on Charles. What are you trying to imply? Are you trying to imply Kyle gets yelled at a lot? Michael, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. Charles having a great race here tonight, dominating as we are almost, well, we still got a lot of race left. Greg Wood sitting 2nd. Mark Parker's in 3rd. Nathan E-Step in 4th. Michael sitting in that 5th position. Johnny No Pants stalking him. Oh, we got some contact almost happening back here with Lance and Dean as they race it out for the 7th position. Let's just say he brings the action. So it's only a boring race because Kyle's not in it. Carl's driving for him instead. Is that what you're trying to imply? As Dean, wow, Johnny all over Michael. Dean in that 7th spot with that demolished number 56, but he's still got it rolling here tonight. Lance in the 8th spot. Tyler in the 9th spot. Spencer Teal up to the 10th spot as he's gotten around Scott. Scott in 11th. Carl in 12th. David in 13th. Puddin' in 14th, a lap down. Chris Pendle, he's gone. Chris Pendle is gone. He is no longer in the race. Down the back straightaway, everybody pretty much single file right now. As it looks like E-Step has lost some ground on Mark Parker's. He probably used up his tires a bit trying to get around him. So watch for this group. Will this group catch E-Step? Will E-Step be in trouble here at the end of this run? I believe most everybody still has one more set of tires as these laps tick down. We're almost down to 40 laps to go here. Almost 2/3 of the way through this one here tonight. Michael running a little bit higher as Johnny No Pants tries to close in. Dean going to slap off the wall in the 56 out of turn 4. Lance currently right behind him in that 8th position as they head down into turn 1 and 2. Man, Lance sends it into turn 1 and 2. Closes about a full car length on Dean. Out of turn number 2. He doesn't lose any ground there as they run down the back straightaway. Is he going to be able to put a move on him as we got a race behind these guys? Oh, we got Johnny No Pants making the move on Michael as they're side by side for 5th. No Pants out of turn 4, almost gets into the side of Michael. Michael just barely keeps it off the wall as they're going to send it. Oh, Michael crowds John. John gets into the side of him. Michael up the track. Yeah. Michael tries to come down. John nowhere to go because he's sending it in there. Ends up getting together with the 19, but Johnny No Pants in the 5th position. Michael in 6th. Dean now caught up to Michael in that 56. We got a little bit of a battle here for 5th on back. Here comes Dean sending it in on the 19. I'd ask if he was going to use the bumper, but he doesn't have one anymore in that number 56. Single file for these guys as they try to figure it out. Johnny driving away from Michael. Here comes Lance, sends it in, almost gets into the back of Dean. Out of turn number, oh, Dean gets into the back of the 19 as the 19 comes on the pit road. Did he call it out? I don't know, but Dean, he did not call it out. Michael did not call it out. That's why Dean got into the back of him. No harm, no foul. Charles continues to dominate here today in that number 53 machine. Out 2.2 seconds over second place, Greg Wood. Mark Parker's currently in that 3rd position. Nathan Eastep in 4th. Johnny No Pants in 5th. Dean battling it out with Lance. Lance up underneath them as they head down into turn number 2. Side by side. Oh, Michael's going to get a black flag. He gets loose coming off pit road, crosses the line as Lance takes the spot from Dean. Dean crosses him over as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Dean. He's going to send it into 3 and 4. Lance sends it in hot up high. Who's going to get that spot? Oh, it's going to be a drag race out of turn 4 down the front straightaway as Spencer Teal's getting up in this battle. Lance up high, Dean down low. They're going to send it down into turn number 1 and 2. Dean's going to be able to hold it down as he gains a little bit of an advantage as they come out of 2. But here comes Lance back on the outside. Michael back up in the battle. Well, Michael's a lap down. So Michael on fresh tires or fresh gas as they send it down into 3 and 4. It's getting exciting. I'll tell you what. It's had its moments. It gets some slow points, and then it gets pretty busy like it is now as Michael's going to make some moves up underneath these guys after making his pit stop. He's got fresh tire. He makes it look easy. Michael 1 lap down, though, not in this battle as Lance scrapes the wall. Here comes Dean back underneath them. Spencer Teal right behind him trying to take advantage as Dean sends it in, but Lance sends it in harder on the outside. Still side by side for the 6th position. Lance is going to go ahead and take it. Here comes Spencer Teal up underneath Lance. He's got no choice but to fall in line as they're going to send it down into turn number 1 and 2. Question is, did Lance overheat his tires as he sends it into turn 1 and 2, almost to the back bumper of Dean? He's got to let off in the middle of 1 and 2. Out of 2, Dean's going to pull away. Look at those new tires as Michael is making short work of everybody in front of him as he goes around the 55 and Nathan Eastep. 1 lap down low for Michael. We're going to go back here to the 56. And look at this. Johnny No Pants, I just noticed, almost caught Nathan Eastep for that 4th position. Still back here battling it out for the 6th spot. Dean has it. Lance wants it. Lance sends it in deep as he's up on the back bumper of that number 56. I got to wonder, Lance is so fast, or Dean's so fast when he's behind somebody. Is that damage slowing him down that much? When he gets out in front, he's not able to drive away from Lance. Uh-oh. We got a battle for the 4th position as Johnny No Pants up underneath Nathan Eastep. Pushes up the track a little bit as Nathan comes down. Side by side for 4th. That's going to draw these guys in behind him. Johnny can't complete the pass. Stays on the bottom side. He's going to have to fall back up in line. Head down into turn 3 and 4. Dean's caught this battle. That draft definitely playing a role for Dean with that damage on the front. He is still fast, just not as fast as he would be without that damage. Dean, or Johnny No Pants looking low on E-Step as E-Step's able to gap him a little bit. I'll tell you what, Charles hasn't pulled. Oh, E-Step up into the wall. Here comes Johnny No Pants. Lance right behind him as they're side by side on a 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Johnny No Pants has the advantage as Dean's right behind him as they send it down into turn number 3. E-Step going to try and fight back on the outside. Johnny No Pants is going to get around him for 4th. Here comes Dean up underneath Nate. Almost into him as they come out of turn 4. He's going to have to fall back in line. It's getting exciting back here as we're coming down to, we're almost down to 30 laps to go. Side by side for that 5th position. Dean up underneath Nathan. Pushes up the track. Gets a little loose off the corner trying to keep it out of Nate. Side by side behind him with Lance and Spencer Teal. As Spencer drops back a little bit, gives some room as Dean gets that spot. Lance up underneath Nathan now as he almost gets into the side of him. Has to let out of it as Spencer Teal gets up next to him now. What a battle back here as these guys are starting to wear out these tires. Getting a little bit slicker as the laps count down. Charles out in front, having a great race here tonight. He's going to come out of turn number 4. He's going to get 30 laps to go this time by. 30 laps to go. Greg Wood in 2nd. Greg is actually starting to gain on Charles a little bit now. As Mark Parker's sitting in 3rd. Johnny No Pants in 4th. Dean in that 5th spot. Nathan E-Step in 6th. Spencer Teal in 7th. Tyler in 8th. Lance jumps down pit road. As Carl Stanton takes the 9th position. Slidejob Scott in 10th. As Michael's going to go ahead and take that 11th spot away from Lance once he crosses the start-finish line. So Michael here, he's got new tires. He is faster, but he's got to get around these leaders. But at some point, they're going to have to pit as he sees Greg Wood right in front of him. Greg Wood is definitely closing the gap on our leader, by the way. So Greg Wood's got it within 2 seconds from him to Charles. As Charles goes on pit road now, Greg Wood is going to take... Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Well, that is what I was told by John T. Garrett. That's all I can say. I was told by John Garrett that Johnny Gutekunst does not wear pants. That's the best I can go by. I mean, if we get a caution, I'll bring him in. We'll ask him. Green flag pit stops playing a role as Greg Wood now on pit road. That's going to give Johnny No Pants the lead if he doesn't pit this time by. Let's see what he decides to do as Lance is trying to work his way around him on those new tires. I'm curious to see if the new tires actually gave Michael an advantage, having all those laps on faster tires. So Johnny stays out. Nathan in 2nd. Dean in 3rd. Spencer Teal in 4th. Carl in the 34th. So John is coming down pit road this time by. As we got a battle for what will be the lead between Dean and Nathan E-Step out of turn 4. Johnny No Pants down on pit road. Who's going to get the lead this time by? It looks like it's going to be E-Step's going to get this lap led. Dean really tried to get it, just couldn't make it there as he sends it in on the top of turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Spencer Teal up underneath Dean as they're going to battle it out for 2nd. Laps are clicking down, 26 laps to go. Thank you guys for the likes over on Facebook. As Dean able to maintain 2nd. When will E-Step pit? That is the question. Or is he hoping for a caution flag? Last time, remember, we got a caution flag when Mark Parker spun out. Here comes John coming off of pit road as he goes a lap down. E-Step continues to lead. But Matthew, stay here. I'll pull, if we get a caution, I will pull in John and ask him if he's got pants on. Dean in 2nd. Spencer Teal in 3rd. Slidejob Scott in 4th. Here comes fresh tires on that number 12, I'm assuming, as he tries to work his way around these guys. Couple cars with no bumpers, some with no hoods. As it sounds like E-Step is going to be... Oh, no, Carl pitting in now. Carl pitting now in that number 34. E-Step continues to lead the field. They are losing all kinds of time on new tires as they are about 2 seconds off of what Mark Parker's is running right now, or Charles and Greg Wood. So they are going to have to pit as E-Step jumps down pit road. Dean's going to lead this lap. I got to imagine Dean's going to pit next time by. These guys are definitely struggling on here. John, thank you for the like. Appreciate it. On these old tires, hoping for a caution as David's going to work the outside of the 56 of Dean. Dean's going to give him the room as David gets his lap back. Gutekunst's trying to get up there, get around him, hopefully to win, to get a brand new pair of pants for that number 41. As Dean continues to stay out, Spencer Teal right behind him stays out too. Remember, Spencer Teal was our pole sitter here tonight as Nathan E-Step goes a lap down. John on the heels of the number 20 of Spencer Teal. He's going to get around him. He needs to get around Dean in order to get his lap back the hard way. He's head down into 3 and 4. Strategy playing a role with 22 coming to 21 laps to go. Johnny's going to get around Dean and get his lap back. Here comes Nathan E-Step in tow. E-Step in the 55. Dean up high. Dean fighting him pretty hard as these guys are going to get around with those fresh tires. They both get around our leaders as E-Step and Johnny G get their pants back. I mean, their laps back. Dean continues to lead in the 56. Spencer Teal in second. Charles, our leader from earlier, waiting for these guys to pit. He's only 6 seconds back. Greg Wood in the 4th position. Here's my question. Could they possibly make it the rest of the way? I don't know if they can make it the rest of the way on gas, but we're going to find out, I guess. So we got 20 laps to go. 20 more laps for our leaders. Can they make it the rest of the way? Everybody else had to pit, but I'm sure the tires played a role in that choice. As we got a battle for the lead. Battle of the used tires as Spencer Teal tries to work the outside. Dean's going to shut that door out of turn 4. Charles gaining like a second and a half on these guys right now. As I'll tell you what, though, at this point in the run, their fall off hasn't been any more. So the new tires are definitely falling off. If they get a pit, if they get a caution at the right point, they might have something with some extra tires on pit road. This could get interesting. 19 coming to 18 laps to go as our leaders battle it out. Spencer Teal wants to get a lap lead. I'm pretty sure he's antsy to get that lap lead because he's got a pit soon. That's what I gotta imagine. Other than that, why race that hard with Dean? It's not like you're gonna be a lot faster than the 53. Spencer looks high, can't do anything as Dean shuts the door. Charles gaining on him in a hurry as he's only 2 seconds back. Oh, Puddin' having technical issues. That sucks. All right, so Dean, I think, is pitting this time by. To head down through turn number 1 and 2. As Charles gains on him, these guys are going to be a lap down. Yeah, that sucks, Puddin'. I'm sorry, bud. As Dean down on the apron, coming down pit road. He's going to take those tires this time by. He gives up the lead as Spencer Teal leads a lap. Back up to Spencer Teal. I'm curious, is Dean going to use the faster pair this time? Let's watch that. I mean, it's pretty clear that Spencer's going to lose the lead to Charles as Charles has got new tires. Does Dean take the faster pair? No. We go back up here to our leaders as Teal trying to defend Charles as they head through 3 and 4. Nothing he can do. Charles to the inside just drives under him as they got 15 laps to go. At this point, it's Charles's race to lose. If we get no cautions, he has to make a mistake. As here comes Dean in the 56. What a good pit stop out of him as he comes out right behind the leaders. Everybody else has lost way more ground than that. So give credit to the crew of that number 56. Can he get his lap back or at least stay behind Dean or stay behind Charles to get the lucky dog in case a caution does come out? Down through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Dean with those fresh tires. He's going to drive around Charles and get his lap back. So he has fresh rubber. He just needs to stay in front of the leader, hope for the caution. And thank you for the like. I appreciate it. He's going to have brand new tires, him and Spencer. If these guys can come back on the lead lap, if Spencer can do the same thing as Dean and come out like right now, he is. All right, he might have an opportunity to get out there, get that lap back, and these guys are going to have much newer tires than the rest of the pack. They're going to be so much faster, as Dean, with all that damage, showed right there. So Charles leading. Greg Wood way back 4 seconds. Mark Parker's right behind him, though, in third. Parker's has been good all night. Michael's sitting in fifth. Scott. So that tire strategy did work, gained him some spots. Scott in fifth, Lance in sixth, Nathan Eastep all the way back in seventh, Johnny No Pants in eighth, Dean in ninth, Tyler Woodard in 10th, Spencer Teal in 11th. Spencer's looking to get that lap back as he's closing in on the leader. 12 laps to go. Are we going to get a caution here? Oh, caution would make it so interesting right now. All right, where's Clint Boyer when you need him? Is the 22 spinning or pitting? Damn it, he's pitting. All right, so Scott did not pit in the 22. He's coming in now. As he's going to give up that position. As here comes Spencer Teal around Charles. As he gets his lap back. Right? They've actually done a pretty good job. They've beaten the hell out of these cars. They've done a great job here tonight. As Charles continues to lead the pack. Greg Wood in second. Parker's in third. Michael in fourth. I want to see a caution at this point. I want to see what happens if you get these guys all together as we got 10 laps to go. I know Charles doesn't want to see that, but the rest of us do. Charles just coming through 3 and 4. He's going to get 9 more laps to go. 9 more laps when he crosses the start-finish line. Dominating here tonight as he's led most of the laps here. Greg Wood in second. Parker's right behind him in third. Michael in 3 and 4 now in that fourth position. Lance in fifth. Nathan Eastep in sixth. Dean up to the 7th position in that damaged number 56. I can't. I'm trying. You'd figure a part would fall off of Dean's car at this point. Charles coming around. He's going to get 8 laps to go now, this time by, as he closes in on the number 77 of Tyler Woodard. Caution, caution. Oh. Can I get a caution up in the chat? Everybody, hashtag caution. Okay. Charles trying to find a way around the 77 as the 77 gets into the wall. That makes things interesting for the leader. Coming around, they're going to get 7 laps to go this time by. 77 trying to stay on the lead lap. That's awesome. That's awesome, Max. Max wrote hashtag wreck his ass. Sorry about the language, but that's hilarious. Here comes Charles trying to get the 77 a lap down. Tyler's going to make him work for it. Greg Wood is closing the gap as it's 1 second between first and second. Yeah, we need to interview Johnny and see if he's got no pants on. Has he got 6 laps to go? 6 more laps as as Carl's on pit road again in the 34. I don't know what's going on there. So Charles trying to find a way around the 77. The gap is shrinking, 2.5 seconds. Back to second rapidly. Greg Wood sideways out of turn number 2. That was crazy. As they head down into turn 3 and 4. 5 laps to go this time by. Charles can't get around him as the gap is down to 1.8 seconds, 7 seconds. Will Charles use the bumper as Greg Wood is closing the gap in a hurry? 5 laps to go. Greg Wood, the last couple times, 1 second faster because of the lap car. Here comes Charles looking up underneath the 77 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Oh, we got contact. Woodard into the wall. But Charles gets around him. No caution flag. Right? 4 laps to go. Almost got the caution as Tyler was trying to stay on the lead lap. Valiant effort as Greg Wood was able to close so much ground. But it might be all in vain as there's only 3.5 laps remaining. Don't waste good beer. Oh. Greg Wood in second. Had his sights set on the lead. That lead is now stabilized as the 53 of Charles got around the lap car. 3 laps to go. Now, here's the question. Greg Wood coming up on the 77. Will Tyler fight him the same way? Greg Wood sideways off of 2. Gets up underneath Tyler as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Greg Wood gets around as he burns up the right rear. Here comes Tyler crossing him over in the 77. Greg Wood gets around as he's still gaining on the leader, but he is running out of time with 2 laps to go. Charles in the lead. Greg Wood in second. Can they get the white flag or will the caution come out? Down into turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Charles. Can he make it to the start-finish line? 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go for Charles as he's going to win in dominating fashion. Through turns number 1 and 3. Greg Wood back here in second. Hey, Greg Wood said it's not over yet. Down the back straightaway. Greg Wood up against the wall, trying to gain everything he can. 9/10 of a second. Down into 3 and 4. Greg Wood found so much speed at the end there. Too little, too late. Charles out of turn number 4. Sees the checkered flag. Takes the victory here tonight in that number 53. Greg Wood in second. Parkerson third. Michael going to bring it home 4th. Dean's going to bring home 5th. Well, I can't even say that. Wow. What a finish. Even with that being such a green flag run, Greg Wood was gaining. Wow. All right, we're going to go ahead and mute this chat. Greg was gaining like a second a lap on him. Let's go ahead and grab Johnny No Pants. Oh. All right, I had to grab you real quick. Johnny No Pants, you got a copy?
What you got?
Everybody needs to know, do you have pants on?
No, I don't.
And there you have it. Somebody called you Johnny No Socks. You probably don't have those on. Oh, no, we usually have socks on. Yeah.
Socks, just no pants.
All right, it's been answered.
We'll see you, James.
See ya. All right, that is Johnny with no pants. Let's go ahead and pull Ed Parkhurst. What a race today. Jay, thank you for the follow.
That was fun.
Matt, you had that number 23 out there cooking. There's a couple little mistakes, but overall, man, the improvement we've seen over there with you has been absolutely insane. Man, you had to feel like you had an opportunity to win it at one point. Yeah,
Yeah,
these
I
guys
did.
are great,
I
Matthew.
I undercut Charles there by 1 lap. He pitted. I saw him coming off pit road, and I could get him. And all of a sudden I was facing the other way. So
Yeah, I know that, but still, you didn't lose a lot there. But I know you definitely raced everybody with a lot of respect. Man, that 23 is starting to come together. I know you got a good group around you. Um, I'm expecting to see you in Victory Lane here a lot here soon. Why don't you get a
yeah,
shout out to your friends, family, sponsors?
I gotta thank all my teammates at 1776 like usual. All our sponsors: Fort Worth Screen Printing, Pro Cup Racing Experience, Oot Renovations, Woodard Automotive, Goose Graphics. I gotta thank my mom for
Thank
watching
you,
all the
David.
races. And
Thank you.
man, I thought I was gonna get 2 in a row there for a while. I was catching Charles, and he just his
Well,
speed was amazing.
well, you definitely have found something here recently, and like I said, I definitely expect to see you in Victory Lane more. And it's got to help that Johnny doesn't wear any pants because it doesn't weigh the team down.
Yeah, you know how much weight that takes off my car. Man, really loosens up the rear end.
Well, go enjoy this third place finish. It was definitely a lot of fun to watch you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for broadcasting, man.
No problem, bud. All right, that is Mark with that third place finish. Let's go ahead and bring in our runner up. If you're not first, you're last. Man, what a run at the end there. He got caught behind the 77, and you were eating it up by like a second a lap. And even after he got around, I mean, what did you gain? About 5/10 on that last lap?
Yeah, it was crazy. I wish the run lasted longer, but yeah, the longer the green flag run, I was just knocking tenths off every
Definitely
lap or
awesome.
so. So I was catching them right before that last stop, and I wish it was just a little bit longer race because I think I would have caught them in the long run. Since I'm a more of a rhythm driver than a short run driver.
Yeah, I definitely get that. I definitely have a lot of the same tendencies, but man, that number 67, I almost called it a 23 because you had that for so long. But that number 67 Pulse Graphics Toyota, man, that thing was rocket fast today.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't real certain how I was going to do coming into the race, but I ran probably about 10 laps, 10 qualifying laps in a practice session, and then said, screw it, we'll just go for it. And luckily, everything turned out the way it should. Except for, I mean, I didn't get to win, but I mean, Charles is hard to beat.
Well, you sound tired, but I want you to take a minute, give a shout out to all your friends, family, sponsors, and why don't you let people know what you're doing? I think you said you're going to be doing some race control stuff too.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank the lovely wife who puts up with me while I do this stuff, all the money I put into it, and all the time I put into it. You at MDiTV for putting on a good show. Everybody at Deep Racing, I'd like to thank sponsor EPI for giving me setups and everything. And if you need anything for your real car or virtual car, hit up Pulse Graphics on Facebook.
Well, good run, and sounds like you need some sleep, so I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, it's been a long day, so I'll catch you next time, sir.
All right, later, bud. All right, so that's Greg Wood with that second place finish. Let's bring in our winner, Charles. Well, Charles, you made it interesting for us. You did dominate here today, but man, at the end there, Greg was closing.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, man, he was coming in there at the end. We were trying to save tires, not knowing if we were going to have a short run with a caution, and I got caught there behind Tyler. He was pretty quick, even though he was a lap down, and I didn't want to use up the right front too hard. I mean, whenever you're on a flat track like this, it's so easy to burn up your tires, and he was pretty quick on, I think, tires about like ours. So whenever I caught him, I just kind of hung with him, but I saw Greg was coming, so at some point I knew that we had to do something about it and get around him. So got around him and then kind of just managed his last couple laps. But Greg was coming late, and then Mark had a real good run earlier. I'm not sure what happened to him. I know I saw he spun out there after one of the pit cycles, but he was right there with me, early, and it just made a real fun, good race. We knew we had to win one of these to get in the championship, meaning we missed a couple there at the beginning. So this will make it a little bit better.
Now, I have to ask, it got really, really scary there for you at the end with Greg closing so quick and it being so hard to pass Tyler. Now, Tyler kind of drove himself into the wall, but would you have used the bumper if you had to?
I mean, if Greg would have caught me, yeah, we would have done what we had to. But everybody here knows I race clean, and it would have had to come down to that to do that, obviously. So luckily it didn't, and we didn't have to. But Tyler was doing what he had to do. If he'd have got a caution, he'd have probably got a lap back or whatever, and had a shot at some better points. So it's hard racing. I don't want anybody to lay over for us. That's for sure. I want to be raced hard.
Oh, of course, and I was calling that out during the race, saying, look, he definitely needs to keep that in mind. That if a caution comes out, he's in position to gain some spots. Sorry, I got a really cool picture of your car, and I'm gonna snap it.
All right.
So anyway, after that great run, any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Man, I just want to thank you guys for putting on the show. Like I say, I hadn't really got to race a lot this year, but it's a lot of fun. Something to look forward to on a Monday. And thank Chris Pendle. He's the one who invited me in this league, so I appreciate the opportunity to come and run with you guys. And we're having a blast.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to call you guys, and I know I'll catch you next week. Thank you for putting on a great show, and man, a good win, dominating fashion.
All right, thank you, man.
Later, bud. Thank you. All right, Charles with the victory. We're going to go ahead and pull up the results, as I'm going to get a picture of that right there. That looks pretty good. All right, tonight's results. Go down here and click show. We got Charles with the win. Greg Wood in second. Mark Parkhurst in third. Michael in fourth. Dean in that fifth spot. Nathan Eastep in sixth. Lance in seventh. Spencer Teal brings it home eighth. Johnny No Pants in ninth. He didn't wear pants today. He just admitted it. Tyler Woodard in 10th. Slidejob Scott in 11th. David in 12th. Kyle Harbin in 13th. Puddin with the technical issues brings it home 14th. Chris Pendle in 15th. And James Ott rounds out the field in that 16th position. Guys, I'm going to go get ready to run some big blocks myself over at Volusia. So until next time, be safe and have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and check out our Patreon